Okay, this one's gonna be a little bit longer because I'm gonna go over the test prep questions that we did in class, just so you have another way to look at them. So go ahead and share the screen. This was the one that I had to sign for homework. So we'll walk through each one just to make sure we got a handle on it. So here's the first one. It says, let f of x equal x cubed plus 2x minus 5. What is the x coordinate of a point where the instantaneous rate of change of f is the same as the average rate of change? Okay, so when you see instantaneous rate of change means take the derivative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do f prime of x. So if you look at our function using the power rule, x cubed plus 2x minus 5, the derivative is 3x squared plus 2. And then it says the average rate of change over the interval -1 to 1. Well, that's at f of b minus f of a. Its average rate of change is that. So that's going to be f of 1 minus f of -1 over 1 minus -1. So when we go to do this, the way we figure out f of 1 is we plug in 1 into this equation. So 1 cubed is 1, plus 2 times 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 minus 5 is -2. So that's -2. We plug in -1. -1 cubed is -1, minus 2 minus 5, that becomes a minus a -8. So that's -8, -2 plus 8 over 1 plus 1. So that gives me the answer of 3 and 6 over 2. And it says the same as. So when we're saying the same as, we're going to do 3x squared plus 3 plus 2 equals 3. Sorry, plus 2 equals 3. Plus 2 equals 3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do algebra. And when we get to algebra, this thing's going to simplify to x squared equals 1/3. Subtract 2 from both sides, divide by 3. Now we're going to square root both sides. So that tells me that x is going to equal the positive or the negative square root of 1/3. Since all these are positive answers, all I really need to care about is the positive side. So that's going to be x equals √1 over √3, which equals 1 over √3. We rationalize the denominator by multiplying by the square root of 3 over 3. So that gives us √3 over 3. And that's okay. Next one. Right now we need to rewrite this. So g of x is going to be the same as 2x to the 5th. Since that x is in the denominator, the b stays up top, x to the -2. We're going to take the derivative. So g prime of x is going to equal 10x to the 4th minus 2bx to the -3. The -2 comes up front. The b is just a constant, and we drop it by 1. But now we know that g prime of 2, so sticking in 2 everywhere, 2 to the 4th minus 2b 2 to the -3rd, we know that that equals 180. So 2 to the 4th is 16, 10 times 16 is 160. Just so you know, 2 to the -3 is the same as 1 over 2 cubed, which is 1/8. So this becomes 2 times 1/8, so this becomes minus 1/4 b equals 180. We're going to use algebra again, subtract 160 from both sides. We get -1/4 b equals 20. We're going to multiply both sides by -4. And b is going to equal -80. Okay. Multiple choice questions. We know that the slope or the derivative is 1 over x, and we have the point f of 2 equals 5. So that basically is giving us the point 2 comma 5. Write the equation for the tangent line. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. That's our equation of a line point slope form. Y1 is 5, so this becomes y minus 5 equals x minus 2. We need to figure out m. Well, m is just slope. We need to figure out the slope at 2. X is 2, so that tells me my slope is 1/2. I just need to turn it into slope-intercept form. Well, I know it's not either of these because there's slopes of 1/5. So it's going to be y minus 5 equals 1/2 x minus 1. Add 5 to both sides, we end up with y equals 1/2 x plus 4. Okay. I've done this one, but I'll do it again just so we have it all in one place. The line normal to the graph at the point 1, 2 passes through the point negative 1, 1. So I have a line that passes through 2 points. And so I can figure out the equation of the line by doing y2, 1, y2, minus y1, 2, over x1, over x2, negative 1, minus x1, 1. And that's going to give me negative 1 over negative 2. That's going to give me 1/2. So the slope of the normal line is 1/2. If the slope of the normal line is 1/2, the tangent is the opposite reciprocal. So I flip 1 over 2 to become 2. I switch the sign to negative 2. So this right here is asking me again, slope. Anytime we see that little apostrophe, it means slope. F prime, it says, what is the slope at 1? That's the slope at 1, negative 2. It's A. Okay. Last one. Again, did this before, but we're going to have to use the calculator to do this. Give me a second. Got to grab it. So I need to figure out the equation of the line tangent to the graph x6 minus x to the fourth at the point where f of x, where the slope is negative 1. So technically, I actually know this already. Y minus y1 equals negative 1, x minus x1. Well, here's the deal. What I need to be able to do is I need to be able to figure out where that point is. And in order to do that, what I need to do is take the derivative. So the derivative of this is going to be 6x to the 5th minus 4x to the 3rd. Well, I need to figure out where this guy, what x values give that guy equal to negative 1. So that's what f of x equals negative 1 is. So what I'm going to do, second plus 7, 1, 2. I'm going to go ahead and clear it. Let me turn off the light so we don't get that reflection. Okay. In y1, I'm going to put my derivative 6x to the 5th, 6x to the 5th minus 4x to the 3rd. I want to figure out where that equals negative 1. I'm going to graph that. I'm going to watch this little guy right here. This guy's going to tell me when it's done. I need to figure out where that red line and that blue line cross. I need to figure out that point. Second, trace. Number 5 is intersect. First curve in blue, second curve in red. We always enter through guess. Eventually, enter through guess. Yeah, our intersection is where x equals negative 0.934. Right there. Okay, now I need to figure out the y coordinate. Well, the way I figure out the y coordinate is I got to plug this guy back into this equation. So I'm going to go back to the main screen. Parentheses, negative 0.934 to the 6th minus negative 0.934 to the 4th. And that's going to give me the point negative 0.097. So now I can plug in y minus y1 is at negative 0.097. So it becomes plus 0.097 equals negative 1, x minus becomes plus 0.934. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to go through the process of distributing and bringing the numbers over. The answer ends up being A when I do that work. So those are the multiple choice. On to the free response. Find the average rate of change over the interval of f. Average rate of change with an interval, f of b minus f of a over b minus a. F of b, which is 2, so this would be b, this would be a. F of 2 minus f of 0 over 2 minus 0 over 2. F of 2. F of 2 is negative 4. F of 0 is negative 10, so we're doing negative 4 minus negative 10. Keep change. That becomes 6 over 2. That becomes 3. For which value of x at which the instantaneous of g means g prime of x. So it's asking me, where does g prime of x equal 3? G prime of x equals 3 here. Bring it up front. It's where x equals 0. Okay. Write the line of the equation normal to g of x. So normal to g of x means I got to find g prime of 2 first. So first of all, g of x at 2 tells me I have the point G of 2, 2 comma negative 1. G of negative 2, that's going to tell me my slope at 2. G of negative, G prime of 2 is negative 1. So here's the deal. When I go to write this equation, what I need to do is take the negative reciprocal of that, because that's the tangent. To get the normal, I take the negative reciprocal. So what that tells me is that the normal slope is equal to 1. So that's going to give me y plus 1 minus this equals 1 times x minus 2. And that would be g. Okay. F prime, or f plus g prime. So this is basically the same thing as saying, what is, if we had f of x plus g of x, and take the second derivative, it is literally just the second derivative of each piece at 5. So f double prime of 5 is 2. G double prime of 5 is, G double prime of 5 is 26. 2 plus 26. That gives me 28. Last but not least, I know I'm going fast, but you can always rewatch. Take the derivative of this, it's f prime of x. Take the derivative of this, it's g prime of x. I'm going to do it at 0. So what I want to do is f prime at 0, f prime at 0 from the table up top. F prime at 0 is, sorry, not 2. F prime at 0 is 1 minus twice g prime at 0. Twice g prime at 0 is 3. 1 minus 6, the answer is negative 5 here. Negative 5. So those are the ones that are going to be very similar to the quiz. I wanted to kind of take the time to try and give you some explanations. I know I went a little bit quick, but I don't want to make the video too long, and I know you can always pause and rewind if you need to. Please let me know if you have any questions.